Okay, so welcome back to the channel. Today's video is quite interesting because I'm doing a closet tour, which no one would have expected I would do. The reason I'm doing this actually is many different reasons. First of all, about a year ago, I sold like most of my collection. So I kind of restarted my whole wardrobe from a year ago. So this is a good idea of like a year in what my wardrobe looks like, because I don't have a big wardrobe, obviously, because I restarted. And then I can kind of do these on like a maybe yearly basis or 6-month basis, so you can see how I'm kind of like building my wardrobe type of thing. And yeah, I always tell people, like, I literally made a video that is titled like "Don't let fashion put you in debt," because people think because you talk about fashion you must have a lot of money, which I don't. Like, I'm literally still a student, so I don't have that many clothes. But I do want to talk about some stuff that's in my wardrobe just because like people want to know. It's just the name of the game. So where should I start? I'll start from the top and kind of work my way down, and then I'll go to the outerwear over there. So starting, first thing I have is nothing too crazy. This Isabelle plissé t-shirt essentially. Why I like this and why I got it is because it's just a bit better than a basic black t-shirt. So for me, this is something that I can wear that just adds to my outfit, some little pizzazz. Or I like to wear it like under blazers and stuff in the winter, because it's a lot better than wearing a plain black shirt when you're not like buttoning up your jackets and stuff. So there's that. And then to go with my other plissé piece is just like similar. It's grey and it's a polo kind of top. So yeah, nothing too exciting with these pieces. I mean, everyone at this point knows what plissé is. Then, okay, what piece is this? Okay, this is one of my Milamista sweaters. The only real special thing about Milamista sweaters, to be honest, is the silhouette, and I'll talk about it later. The sleeves are also like a bit frayed, as you can see. So for guys who don't know about my proportions, I have like a really small torso, really long legs and really long arms. So nothing ever fits. Like every time I wear sweaters, it will be like here on my arm, and it's just embarrassing. So the good thing I love about Milamista sweaters is the length is actually really long, but then the torso isn't too long as well, which is what I love about them. So I'm collecting Milamista sweaters. In the future, I'm going to buy a lot more, because in the winter, I wear them under everything, essentially. So I could show you one of my other Milamista sweaters. I've got 3, so okay. These are another pair of, well, not pair, but another Milamista sweater. What makes this one different? It's actually the double layered one. I'm sure a lot of people are like aware of this one. So it's kind of got 2 different sleeve material layers. It's just pretty interesting. But once again, the main reason I got it, once again, silhouette, short torso, really long sleeves. So it just fits me perfect. Otherwise, if I was to buy a normal sweater, if the torso fits good, then the sleeves would be way too short. It'll be like 3/4 sleeve, and then if the torso is too long, then the torso is too long. So even if it's my sleeve length, it doesn't really look good. And then another one of my Milamista sweaters, I've worn it on the channel a few times, so guys have seen this. This is the one where the sleeve it's called the Ruts zip sleeve sweater. So obviously you can just like zip the sleeve, unzip the sleeve. Sometimes if I'm feeling avant-garde, I'll like unzip this part of the sleeve and then unzip this bit, and then these bits are kind of open, and then I'll wear something interesting under, which is pretty cool. So you can style it in different ways depending on how you're feeling. Same silhouette once again. This one has a slightly longer torso, which I don't mind because the sleeves are like the right length, and then of course, like in general, the silhouette just works for my body shape. Is one of my favorite pieces in my wardrobe actually. This is my Isabel Benenato knit. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Isabel Benenato. I've actually made a video on her. If you guys, especially new people to the channel, You guys should definitely check that out to kind of understand the brand and just the idea behind the brand. But then this knit is insane in terms of the color, the way it's knit, the fabric. Like, if you can see the details, just absolutely insane, like so crazy. And then also going back to, this is why I buy certain brands that I buy. It's not just like I like how it looks, I have to consider how it fits on my body. And Isabel Benenato, the length of these sleeves are really long, so they work for my arm length, and then the torso isn't too long as well. So exactly how I like knitwear and jumpers and all that stuff to fit. So yeah, that's my Isabel Benenato knit. Then next, you can go to kind of like hats. So I have this Baker Boy hat. This is actually something that I got off Taobao from China. Really is really cheap. Like, how much was it again? It was like, what?
£4?
Yeah, £4, like really cheap, like crazy cheap. The reason why I wanted to experiment with Baker Boy hats, because I never really thought to wear Baker Boy hats, was obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Demeulemeester. A lot of the pieces I used to have by Demeulemeester actually I sold. Like I had, remember I had the Elmer shirt, the red one.
Yeah.
What else have I had? The grey Pinoff shirt, the multi-layered one.
Is that the one you did the interview with the...
What, Magnus running?
Yeah.
There's that one.
I do remember that one.
So, but anyway, I've restarted my wardrobe. So in the future, based on what I see, if I see something I like, I'll probably get some more Andy. But anyway, I kind of detracted from the point there. The reason I wanted to experiment with this was because of the Undercover Spring Summer 20 show. That was the show that was inspired by kind of like the Antwerp docks, and that show was just amazing. There was a lot of sailor hats and Baker Boy hats and sailing boots, and even the bags from that collection were kind of like these rope bags. So I was like, yeah, let me try with a cheap Baker Boy hat before investing in an Andy one. And I actually like how it fits me. So in the future, I might definitely get an Andy one. So
it goes well with all your trench coats.
What'd you say?
It goes well with all your trench coats.
Yeah. When I wear it with the trench coats especially, it goes well. But I haven't really tried, because I just got it. I haven't really experimented with a lot of different types of outfits. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is an Milamista hat. So this is funny actually, because this is actually a women's wear piece. This is from the Fall Winter 19 Milamista collection, women's wear though, which is crazy because like normally people think men can't wear women's clothes, blah blah blah. I don't care. I love it, and I love kind of like all the different details, like the hat suede, and then the ribbon is kind of like this velvety material. I really love it. You guys would have seen me wear it. I think there's an Instagram post where I wore it, and then I wore it to like show studio and stuff. But yeah, I definitely want to experiment with this hat more, especially when it gets colder, because when it gets cold, people start dressing boring and wearing all black, and then I'm going to be here with this massive red hat with velvet strings. So yeah, that's one of my other favorite pieces. Beautiful Andy hat. What can I show next? This is an old ass piece. Everyone knows this piece. This is my A Cold War hat. It's so old, it's literally fading. Like, it's not even black anymore. It's like, but this is one of my testy hats. This is from the A Cold War Spring Summer 2015 collection. So early days. So I've had this for years and years and years. I guess that's a testament to the quality of A Cold War products, because I've had it since Spring Summer 2015. So yeah, and there was a point in time I was wearing this every single day, as people know. So yeah, A Cold War hat. What's next? Okay, so let me show you some Martine Rose pieces. Guys know I'm a huge fan of Martine Rose. I've made 2 videos on her. I've made a video on her, like her brand in general. Then I reviewed her Spring Summer 20 show. So definitely check those 2 videos out. But if you guys don't know, Martine Rose is the menswear designer for Balenciaga under Demna Gvasalia. So a lot of those boxy silhouettes, it's not just Demna Gvasalia. Like, when you think of brands, people always think it's the creative director that does absolutely everything. And no, creative directors have whole teams, and the whole teams also have their input and put their kind of design language imprinted in the main design language of the creative director, which is Demeulemeester. So with her brand, she kind of has this like boxy silhouette, very straight, similar to the Balenciaga aesthetic, because I mean she designs there. So this is not nothing crazy. It's just a Martine Rose shirt. It says Martine Rose, produced by Martine Rose, autumn winter collection, and it has like really boxy shoulders, which I love. I love a boxy shoulder. Next is, oh, my hangers almost fell. This piece is a collaboration between Nike and Martine Rose. Like if you go closely, you can see kind of, it says Martine Rose along here and stuff. So this is an interesting story actually. So Martine Rose, not to go into it because I told you guys you can watch my review on her Spring Summer 20 show, but she is very much inspired by subcultures in London in the 80s and the 90s. And part of the subcultures she's inspired by is like kind of like how people used to dress when they used to go to raves when she was growing up in London. And one of the outfits she has, she calls them like the techno rave boys, and she says they wear like Adidas shoes and they wear football jerseys and they wear like flared denim and stuff. So almost in every single collection she has, there's like football jerseys as part of the permanent collection. So for her main line, at the time when I was first getting into Martine Rose, I could not afford the football jerseys. They were like £300, £400 for a football jersey, which I could not afford. So when she collaborated with Nike, and I saw that she was going to have a football jersey, I was like, yeah, I have to get this, because just the idea of it and the idea of her brand, I'm like a big fan of. And also there's kind of like an interesting like shoulder detail. Like I forgot, she gave an interview where she talked about why the shoulder is like this. But I'm gonna have to clearly try and jog my memory. Okay, so going to more accessories. So I have this undercover hat, as you can see. Nothing too crazy about this hat, to be fair. It just says future is the past. I wear caps a lot. So there was a time, like I said, I was wearing this 8 Cold War hat like all the time, every day. And I wore it to the ground to the point where like the back is ripped and I had to get it sewn, or the front is now fading. So I was like, okay, at this point I need to get some more hats. So I was looking for which hat I could get. And at first, the brown version of this hat looked really nice. And I was like, okay, I might get that. But then how versatile is brown as a color? So then I was like, nah, I'll just get the black one. So that's actually why I got this. Like, there's no deep story to it. Next I have this Prada Bucket Hat. And to be fair, I've wanted this for years. I just could never afford it all the years I wanted it. And then I bought it 2 years ago. And was it 2 years ago? It was like, or almost 2 years ago, yeah. But anyway, you guys know how I feel about like the Prada nylon material and what it signifies in terms of innovation of the House of Prada and stuff like that. So that's really why I love this bucket hat more than anything else. And also it's the only bucket hat I have, because when it comes to bucket hats, I don't really think they suit me per se. But why I think this does is the brim of the hat is so small and the design is so like sleek that it works with the way I dress, which is kind of like semi-minimal type style. So yeah, it kind of works with what I wear. So going on, we can go to like trousers and stuff. This is probably the weakest part of my wardrobe. Why I say this is because my legs are so long. My leg size, if anyone's interested, my leg length is 36 inches inseam, and then my waist ranges, depending on the trouser and the style, between 32 to 36 inches. So no high fashion brand that I'm personally aware of does trousers that are 36-inch inseam in leg. And if there is, please comment down below, because I would really love to know, because I want to like really have a good trouser collection, but it's really hard. But what I do have, I've got some decent stuff. So I have these pinstripe shorts. This is just from TOTE-BAGS, so from China. These are pretty interesting, like they're pretty long. They go just to about my knees. So I like those. These, same thing, TOTE-BAGS. You'll notice that most of my trousers shorts, whatever, they're from China, from TOTE-BAGS, because TOTE-BAGS is cheap, first of all. Secondly is they last long for me, and then thirdly is the actual size. That's the only place I've seen that I can get stuff in my size that isn't just absolutely just basic. So these are quite an interesting, these are like kind of like 3/4 shorts. And they kind of taper in. And I kind of like the silhouette. It reminds me of like some Yoji silhouettes. Obviously, I can't afford Yoji yet. Like, you know the piece I want the most? The Yoji dictionary kind of like trousers, but they're £1,500. So yeah, not in my tax bracket. No way. Then I have this denim that I thrifted, and I just wear it all the damn time. Nothing really special about it. It's just like denim. Then I have these kind of like grey tapered trousers, and literally that's about it for trousers, because it's so hard for me to find trousers. I just don't have any for the most part. So every day, if it's like summer, I'll wear like a lot of shorts. Like even what I'm wearing now, these are some like, I like the silhouette of these shorts, like really wide. But when it's like winter, all I wear is like the denim or the trousers, and that's about it.
I'm actually just curious, would you ever wear the shorts with the, like, you know, like knee-high socks like Tom Brown?
Nah, fuck that. Nah.
I'm just curious.
Nah, that's not my style.
Because you know I wear that all the time.
Yeah. No way. What else can I show? Okay, I have this Ami Paris shirt. It's quite interesting. Guys who know Me Paris, like by Alexandre Matussi, it's just this like Parisian brand that the quality is really, really, really high, and then the price point isn't as high as like other luxury brands, but the quality is like on par. So you're not really going to get really experimental stuff, but you're going to get high quality pieces. So I just kind of like this piece. It's like two-tone, the bottom's black. The part I like the most about this shirt is the collar. The collar is really structured, and one thing I don't like about a lot of shirts is the collars are really flimsy. So the collar doesn't stay in place, and I really don't like it. So that's what I really like about this shirt. Next I have this, which people have seen because I've kind of worn this a few times, and I had an Instagram post recently where I was wearing this. This is a Telfar shirt, and it's just kind of just deconstructed all around. It's pretty cool. On the back too, it's just like deconstructed. I know there are like other versions of this. I know there's a hoodie version as well, but I just did not like the hoodie version at all. But the shirt though, the t-shirt, I really loved. Let's see what else I can show you guys. Okay, this is quite an interesting piece. This is a Maharishi t-shirt, and it's kind of like, there's kind of like patchwork to it, which is pretty cool. I like the detailing because it's not something you can see until you come up close, and I do like pieces like that where you come up close and then you see some interesting details. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's most of the stuff I'll probably show. I think we can either go to outerwear or we can go to footwear. We'll do outerwear. Okay, so now we're going to outerwear. I don't have that much outerwear, I think, compared to most people. But we'll get into it. So starting with this is kind of, I don't even know what kind of jacket really called. Kind of like a puffer, kind of not. I really like it. First of all, the fabric, you can't really tell, but like, it's such an interesting fabric. Has kind of like cuff sleeves. I got this from TOTE-BAGS, once again, China. It's kind of interesting because like I make so many videos about how people just think stuff that comes from China is low quality, which is hilarious. because there's different grades of different clothes, and a lot of the stuff I've gotten from China I've had for ages. So it's so weird. Like sometimes I'm just like chilling, and then I just like get some stuff from China because I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. And then most of the time it's like really cheap. So as much as I buy like some luxury items, if I like something that I see on tab, I'll like buy it as well. This is an overcoat. I've actually had this for forever. I've had this for like maybe like 4 years. Like I've had it for so long. This is kind of like a normal overcoat, and then I added an A cold wool pin to it, and it's kind of just now it just lives there permanently. But yeah, the overcoat in general, I really like it. It's just nothing really special about it. It's just an overcoat, but I think the pin kind of just adds something interesting to it, I guess. Next up, this is an OGP. I don't think I'll ever sell this. So this is a Y3 jacket. Now, oh my god. So quick story. When I first got into fashion, the guy who kind of got me into fashion was two people mainly. One of them was a Rick Owens head, and then one of them used to wear a lot of Yoji. And at the time, I couldn't afford Yoji. So the first two, I wouldn't even call this like designer, because Y3 is not really designer, but like semi-expensive pieces I ever bought were this Y3 jacket and some Y3 Kaza highs. Now, guys who are watching this, if you know what the Kaza highs are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, and I sold my Kaza highs, big regret. I should have kept it. But this jacket here, I'm never gonna sell it, like ever, because it's literally like the first basically like the first kind of designer piece I ever bought. So this has sentimental value. And it's pretty interesting, like, got like the triple zip thing going on. There's a hood in the collar, so it's really good. Like when I wear it and it starts raining, I just like pull out the hood. Yeah, it's pretty interesting details. Like there's a zip here, so you can make the sleeve like slimmer depending on how you want the silhouette to be. So yeah, it's pretty interesting jacket. So next I have this puffer jacket from Acne Studios, massive down jacket. Actually, the story behind this, shout out to Quang, he knows who he is. How I actually got this jacket was, when was it? Maybe like 2 years ago or over a year ago. Acne Studios were doing kind of like a sample sale online, but this was only available in the US. So what I did was I went on the US website, the Acne Studios US website, when they were doing the sample sale, and then I got Quang, so shout out to Quang, to help me proxy it, because he lives in America, so he helped me like ship it to his house, and then he shipped it over to me. So big thank you to Quang, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to pick this up. Then what's next? Okay, so next I have this Rick Owens Fishtail Parker. Obviously one of my favorite outerwear pieces. So heavy. I love this jacket. But anyway, as you guys know, it's Fishtail Parker, so like the back comes down a bit lower. So that's an interesting silhouette thing. A lot of people like look at me weirdly when I wear it because of that. It's so interesting. It's so funny. Then of course just like the drawstrings, like most Rick pieces. There's one here, one on the bottom. There's some here. And then there's some like in the sides that is kind of just like tucked into the pocket. Also, the way the hood kind of goes over the head is also interesting. So yeah, one of my favorite like jackets in my tiny little collection. So yeah. Then next, it's kind of like this shirt, but I kind of put it on my outerwear rack because it's like so thick. Now this is by a Korean brand called Gyok Studio. Guys, I know the first thing that when I start talking about this shirt, people will be like, oh, where can I buy it? Gyok Studio actually is discontinued, so the brand doesn't actually exist anymore from my understanding. But it is a Korean brand, and they make really interesting stuff. So this is just like a plain kind of like shirt jacket sort of thing. This fabric, I have no idea what it is, but it's so interesting. It's really hard and annoying that I can't make you guys feel the fabrics, because the fabrics are amazing. And my most favorite part, the favorite part of this shirt is the details at the back. So as you can see, not sure if you can kind of see it, but on both sides there are these like panels of buttons. And with these panels of buttons, when I wear it, I can like unbutton some bits and maybe button this side, and it kind of, when I'm walking, it flows and it flaps over, which is pretty cool, and I love that detail. So it's just kind of like something more interesting than, you know, something basic. Then next I have this Mac jacket. I've kind of shown this as well on the channel once or twice. So it's just like a Mac jacket, waterproof, nothing too crazy. I wanted like, why I bought this, I wanted like something that looks like an overcoat, but is also waterproof. So when it rains, I can just wear it confidently. So that's actually why I got this. And then I wanted something more interesting, because every single thing I own is like black. So that's why I kind of went for this grayish, like silverish color. And then last but not least, in the outerwear, is this trench coat by a Chinese brand actually, and I love it. Like really flowy, really massive. I love the fabric, really high quality. I've barely worn this because I got this recently, and like obviously it isn't winter, so I will wear this really soon. But now we can go to footwear, which I don't really have much footwear anymore because I sold like all my footwear. I felt like the reason why I sold all my footwear was I had so many sneakers, because guys who don't know, I'm like a basketball player. So when I was a serious basketball player, not now, I kind of just play it for fun, I used to collect loads of sneakers, and I was like a sneakerhead. And it just got to a point, I was like, why do I have so many sneakers? Why do I have all this footwear? So I just like sold everything. And now I've only got like 3 pairs of footwear left. But I'm planning to build my wardrobe, because I don't have any loafers or derbies, because I'm so fussy, and the ones I really want are Tom Brown derbies, but every single time they sell out in my size. So I've not been able to like catch those like penny loafers and the Tom Brown derbies. So those are the derbies I really want. So right now I've only really got 1 pair of boots, 2 pairs of sneakers, and that's it. So we can show you what I do have. You ready? Mm. So as you guys can see, I don't really have that many pairs of shoes. Most of my shoes are just like basketball shoes, like these LeBrons and stuff. So fashion people probably won't know anything about them really, or like these PG ones. But in terms of like fashion, I guess, I have these Jordan 1s, like Jordan 1 Shadows. I've had these forever. As you can see, they are absolutely destroyed, like beat to the ground. But I like them. Like, they're my shoes that I just like wear to go to places that I don't have to look stylish. Or like if I'm going to like basketball practice, I'll just wear this. I have these Kiko Kostadinov collab with Asics. They're called Gel Delvers, I think. Yeah, the Gel Delvers. I've had these forever. I wear them all the time. Like, they're so beat up. The heels, because of the way I walk, like the heels are just messed up, but I don't care. I'll like wear them to the ground. Shoes are for wearing, guys, so I don't really mind. I have these, actually. These are from the, the Umpla Spring Summer 20, I think. Spring Summer 20 or Fall Winter 20 Umpla Comme des Garçons. Yeah, okay, so Fall Winter 20 Comme des Garçons Umpla, yeah. So they're just Air Max 95s, but they're like deconstructed Air Max 95s, so there's pretty interesting details. I probably need to clean these though, because I've worn these a few times now, so they're like getting pretty dirty. But yeah, just the collab with Com. And then last but not least, I have these kind of like chunky boots. These are actually from Arquette, and they're like made with real leather, from my understanding, made in Portugal. Pretty cool shoes. I wear these quite a lot as well, especially in the winter time. So yeah, And that is literally my whole closet. So I'm sure guys are surprised. Guys think I'm this rich kid because I talk about fashion. I have so many clothes. Not really. But I thought it's cool to like talk about some of the clothing I do have, because I just wear black t-shirts in every video because I can't be bothered. This whole idea of like dressing up for videos to me is not childish, that's the wrong word, but it's like, I'm in my house, like why do I need to dress up for videos? It's a bit strange. I find it weird anyway. That's why I never do it. But because of like people just see me in black t-shirts, people are always wondering like, let's see some stuff in your wardrobe. Like, what do you have in your wardrobe? So I thought it was good for me to film this. And if you guys remind me in 6 months or like a year, then I'll like make an update video, and I know that'll be pretty cool. And some people want to see that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. You can pre-order my tote bags on my website if you're interested. And my magazine will be coming out really soon. So hopefully people are looking forward to that. I've put so much effort, time and money and stress into it. So I really will appreciate it if you guys buy it. But either way, even if you don't buy it, like I appreciate the support of just people that watch my videos on a regular basis. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with another video really soon.